Hey guys, it's Friday morning and this is part two. It's about 3:30. I just posted the other video and I wanted to talk about one other thing, and that's porno. I'm gonna be honest with you guys and tell you straight up everything that's going on in my life and see if it can help anybody else. So, I'm adding apps onto my phone yesterday. I finished my workout, I finished my artwork and all that, and I'm kind of laying around and messing with my phone. And I'm using the search on this new DuckDuckGo or something like that. It's called. It's a search engine, and so I'm testing it out. And I can't remember what word I typed in, but porno comes up. It's a lot more accessible from this search engine than from my other search engine, whichever that one is, the one that came with this phone, I guess. Anyway. Uh, And I'll be honest, like I said, I'll be honest with you guys. So I started looking through the porn, man. I like big boob girls. I like brunettes. I like big boobs. And like all guys, lesbians are pretty cool too. The coolest thing, man, I can confirm, I can report back, man. Not once the drugs or whatever. Remember, because I made these videos on how when I first got clean, I couldn't look at porno, man. If I had done what I did yesterday, I would have been off and using. I would have fucking pulled the numbers out because the porno and drugs were like intertwined with me. I could not do one without the other. Whenever I got sexually stimulated, I would want to get high. I need to get high. The two were intertwined. It's not anymore. Wish I could, like I said, I've got after 7 years, I got into my first relationship which was great, man, because I didn't know if I could do that again, if I could have a normal sex life and all that again. Let me tell you, I'm going to veer off a bit too from the porno story for a second. When I first, after 7 years, and I got in my first relationship, I remember thinking when I was on drugs, I was so far out, so far gone on drugs that I couldn't picture how normal people have sex, how normal people have relationships. I swear to God. I remember thinking about it and people that are married, and I'm like, oh my God, they actually have like sex without drugs in the afternoon or the morning, or and I was like, how can you even do, why would you even want to do that? I mean, that's how messed up I was, seriously. Now hell yeah, it's so I've gone back to normal, the way a normal man should be operating. But I remember these thoughts where I didn't even know what a normal life. I remember looking out my window at one of my apartments, and I was waiting to pick up some heroin. I was getting sick as usual every morning. It was about 8 or 9, and people were gassing up at a gas pump at a Cumberland Farms down the street, and I could see them, and they were going to work, and it looked so foreign to me. I mean, I wanted to work. I wanted a normal life and all that, but it was almost like watching TV. It's like I couldn't even imagine. I'm like, oh my God, these people do this every day. And I missed it so much, and it hurt so much just to watch that. It was a very disconnected feeling, and it made me realize how far out of the loop I was. So, okay, back to the porno. So I'm looking through it. And as I found out, you watch one thing and the computer or whatever, or the internet picks up the words, and it tries to show you more of what it thinks you like. And big boobs become bigger boobs and whatever's in that video. And before I know it, you got some crazy hardcore porn. Now I'm 50, I'm going to be 54 in January. And back in my day, Hustler didn't even show, intercourse. It didn't show full insertion and all that shit. They barely showed, the sex organs. So I'm watching these videos, and I've seen I've read documentaries. I was reading a book from the library the other day about the porn industry and drugs, and watching this video. I mean, I'm not going to tell you guys everything about did I get aroused or not, but the main thing that went through my head was these people are high. I could see it. I mean, I could see the meth and the coke. I could see their fingers twitch. I could see it. And I can't, and the stuff they were doing, these women were doing, the porno has become a lot different. Um, and I know I sound old when I say this, but not in a good way, man. It's very degrading. What these chicks do. I mean, the stuff they're doing is just purely for the point of degrading. It's for the viewer. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to describe everything, but I started I'm going to tell you guys the truth. In my heart, I was like, this industry has got to be full of fucking drugs, which makes it bad in the first place. Anything, as these other guys like Wes Watson and David Goggins or whatever, and all these other motivational guys will tell you, just anything, you mess with drugs, it ain't good. Nothing good will come out of it. Nothing good will come out of you watching shit with drugs in it. Except for I'm not talking about like watching the movie Scarface or something, which I try to even limit that shit. But I mean, what I was watching was just purely degrading. And then I saw clips. There was advertisements for other shit, and I was like, holy fuck, this shit. Now look, I'm not going to get into God and Satan and all that, but some of this stuff made me think is like these people are just going out of their way to abuse their body, like with the insertions of stuff and whatnot. I mean, it was beyond, it was extreme. It was extreme in the extreme, which makes me wonder, this stuff, like I say, I like to work out, and improve my body, and what they're doing in these videos is not only hazardous to their health, but it's just demeaning. And so my point is, like I said, I don't want to sound religious or anything. I don't. But my impression was this shit's evil, man. It's just not good, man. That's what my heart just says. I could see the drug use. I could see, and it goes beyond that, man. When people, it was almost like watching somebody cutting their wrists or somebody hurting themselves. It was doing that, and there's something wrong with that. That's, hey man, everybody wants to see some boobs and some ass. That's, I ain't got no problem with that. But I'm telling you guys probably, you guys know what I'm talking about. Some of this stuff is beyond. It's just, it ain't. Here's my point. If there is a Satan, if there is a devil, his hands are all over this, man. Because this, I'm looking at this and I'm like, why? Why would people enjoy doing this? Why would people want to watch this? And it's not just because I'm old. Like I said, this stuff I saw was beyond. It wasn't sex anymore. It was about destroying the human body. And that's a whole nother, you gotta be honest. Here's where the honesty video comes in. You gotta be honest with yourself, what you're watching and why you're watching it. We're not watching boobs and butt anymore, man. This is, that shit. So that's my point. I think some of this porno, man, is bad. Just, it's another thing. Once something goes in this is a line from the movie 8mm, Nicolas Cage. Once you watch something, once you see something, you can't unsee it. Once that image goes through your eyes, your brain never forgets it. Your soul never forgets it. And I believe that. So you got to be careful what you put into your body, even what you watch. That's why I shut it off yesterday, man, after, I just looked at the advertisements, thank God, and that was enough. Once you see something, you can't unsee it. Or just take, for instance, the soldiers that were in Iraq or Vietnam or anything. Once you see these atrocities, it changes you, So don't subject yourself to stuff that your heart and your soul know that you shouldn't put, into your eyes, into your soul. That's my point. I hope you guys understand that. All right, have a great weekend.